Hi there, this is Kate in the Nest, and I hope that you have got some time to celebrate with me by watching this video. It's been a lovely, lovely day here. I'm thinking of you and hoping that you've received some smiles and some joy, because certainly that's what has happened to me. And I do need to say that I am filming for the first time. It's such a ta-da moment. Um, that my celebration to myself of 3,000 subbies was to order a new, I don't know what you would call it in Australia. Sometimes we say a thingamajig, a contraption to film with, and it allows me to get much closer. I'm hoping. If I have some teething problems, please excuse me, but I can finally give my gorgeous son back his camera tripod and the $10 clasp that was holding um, my phone and made it wiggle. So that's the first cause of celebration. The second one is I've been out at the Green Door Studios amongst friends. It was a fantastic vibe. Sandra came down from where she lives near Sydney for the first time for an open studio. We had lots of newcomers and as well as returning friends. So it was very special. So I actually got quite a lot. So here's my nest. I'm going to bring that back. I've got quite a lot of work done on my slow stitch quilt, and beside me is the most beautiful gift from the most beautiful lady with a heart of gold that now will always be with me. So thank you, special one. I could almost stitch that to my pillow or to my quilt. So beautiful. And look, it's got a Kate flower on it. So while I was there, I've done lots and lots of bits. I only showed you this recently, but I'm following this theme, and this isn't going to be about this quilt, but it's the lead in to what I want to do with you today. Oh, there's a needle. I might just take that one there. Is that as I was stitching and chatting, I was just having so much fun harvesting these beautiful pieces of stitching and embroidery that by the time I came home, I was starting to dream of another project. That's right, Kate always has projects on the mind, and the inspiration was seeing around the table the way that we all collect our bits and pieces. Like some of us have pouches with zippers, some are open, and the needlebook is something that I noticed around the table. This is the one that I began at Beck's course, and that particular doily made me think of Beck. Hi, Beck. And also thought, I miss making needlebooks. Then I started to think, oh, I could make a pocket out of that. And you know what? Before I knew, I'm thinking, I'm going to try something small scale just to stop me being bored. I'm never bored, you know that. This is my nest full of goodies. And I've just been literally playing in my nest. And I thought for the first time, I'm going to try, okay, where have you, yeah, I am going to try and make a matching huswif. Did you see all those doilies just falling down there? I don't know what, yeah, I hope you saw a slow roll. A matching huswif and needlebook. So I have gone ahead, this isn't attached yet, but I thought as I chatted to you, we'd start some work on this. So my idea is I'm going to harvest embroideries and flowers from the same pieces and see if I can have them really connected first time. And I suppose that came as a result of talking to the lovely people at Green Door about how I'm going to put my blocks of my quilt together. So this is crochet cotton, and I'm just going to do some tiny stitches to secure. So this is, let's bit of my journaling paper, blanket. I do prefer it to the wadding, so I don't think I haven't made a huswif for months and months, and that was the very, very first slow stitching thing I tried with the journaler stitchery. So it's like Kate 2.0 maybe on this, and I'm going to try and incorporate a lot of the things that I have learnt. So I've learnt to be more patient, and I should have put the light on, but I do know that this has got a, no, I won't try. It has got a light that I can press, but it's, the sun is still, well, the sun's just fading now. So this is only, the stitching is just to secure this top bit. And this is a piece of vintage tablecloth. We were talking today about, you know, collections. I haven't been a long time collector. And look, you can actually see those, which I don't think is great, but I will be covering that up, but I'll go gently down this side just to keep it in place. And we were talking about when we see doilies and embroidery, it's we're at to the, well, I am to the point of, you know, thinking about how many flowers and how many bits of pattern are on this piece that I could use for multiple pieces. So I'm going to show you what I mean in a minute. So that's just securing that top piece so that we can get some things in place. So I've just pulled some of these. This piece to me is tiny. It wasn't expensive and so much value to be had because you can count as well as me, but I'm thinking 4 corners. That's the name of a TV show here, I just realized. That could be making a pocket. In fact, wouldn't that be lovely inside my huswif? I'd only use one side, but that would be very sweet. Something like that. We did it that direction. But I'd probably harvest those and just have this. So this is going to be an adventurous journey for us all. This other little tiny one, lots of interest, could cut it in half, make a little pocket or piece. So that's what I am now thinking about when I see doilies. Okay, did I take that out? Yes, I did. And so as I went into the studio today, I had so many projects with me. I had my big quilt, 2 of my crochet baskets, and something else I can't remember. And it did go through my mind that maybe one day I might need to get a trolley or something with wheels on. And I did say to the end, at the end to Zoe, maybe I need to think about, and she said, she caught me and she said, you're not going to say that you're going to bring less, are you? And I said, no, I could never. Oh, look at that, everyone. Look at that sweet little doily. In fact, could that be featured? I haven't sewn that. Oh, yes. Like, this is the sort of magic that just happens when you're in a joyful place. So let's just tuck that around there like that for now. And of course, lots and lots of flowers to go over the top. Now I wish I had that piece that I had. Yep. So let's have, so this is a mini explanation, if you like. So my decision now is to, do I want this long stem? I'm not quite trusting yet. Okay, but we're fine. I don't think I want these green, this stem. Oh, I had another little piece I was going to show you. I don't think I brought it down. So, back to you. How's the week treating you so far? I have been practicing gratefulness and thinking that whether times are good or bad, that talking to others and being part of a community, as our YouTube community is such a blessing. I say it all the time and I'm not going to stop, because the freedom to look at me randomly, just go, okay, I'm going to start something new. Many would say, why? And I don't need to have a why. I was just inspired by my fellow makers today. All right, so I'm going to follow that curve down, and I'm going to stitch inside these flowers this time. I know many of us have made huswifs as part of the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. But like everything else, I don't think we need to stop. And for me, as I've always said, this is a learning experience and a sharing. That's a funny stitch. So because it's a funny stitch, let's do some fill-in big stitches. In here for the moment, and I might come back and do them with a different color or a wool. Who knows? But I love that in slow stitching you can actually embroider and it secures the applique. Only got a brown French knot then, so we'll just do a little bit like this. And I do like to leave the bottoms of the flowers or leaves not totally stitched down, because in this sort of work I will put something else there. So let's see if we'll just do this petal. It's very exciting times at the Green Door, because Sarah and Rachel have just announced their Christmas courses. So, and Rachel made a video in the last couple of days about that. So it's all the buzz just before Christmas to have the girls, and Judy, of course, in the house is, well, I've just called it my Christmas party, Christmas present to myself, because I actually haven't done a Roxy workshop. So I can't wait for that, but I don't want to wish the year away, so we'll just all have to be patient. Okay, that cotton, the needle just came out there, so that's a good time to stop. All right, so that's the beginning of that. Let's have a look at some other pieces that could go on both. I think I showed you this as an unfinished embroidery. one of the things we all got to chat about was, you know, how we were feeling. It's such a treat, and it doesn't really happen very often that we all got to see each other on Friday when we went on our little Green Door on tour excursion, and here we were just a couple of days later. So it was very exciting because some of us had already started using things and had big ideas. So I have part 2 of that Green Door on tour video to make and show you, and it won't be long because I need to start using the the things that I got in that. So there's another flower. That's probably enough of those 3. And this is, okay, now let's do a bit of contrasting. This is just a remnant from somewhere. I've used a lot of these on my big quilt pieces. But this one is perfect needlebook size, I think. And I don't think I need that big. Bit there. Okay, so let's have a think. It needs an iron, this one. But I will need to get some mutual colours over here, and I probably need a bit of this major piece from this. Or maybe just a red flower. So how are your projects going? Oh, sorry, this is Kate. Always. Do you know that I actually had some sore arm muscles the other day, and I realised it was tearing up my fabric strips to crochet. Okay, so that's a different flower to these ones featured, but isn't that sweet? So I'm thinking, yep, if I actually will trim it a bit closer. I do like this raw edge as well. Okay, can you see all of that in view? Yep. Wish I could turn this light on. Turned on accidentally before. I won't jinx us. Okay, so that isn't staying there yet. It's actually handy to stand up and have a look at this. So that's going to be the corner. I've got a little bit of the original crochet there. So we've got the sweep, and so the huswif, I'll line it, and it'll have pockets and a pin cushion. But let's just start to imagine this as a little roll. Yep, I like the idea. So we have to start to think of that as the front. Here's the line coming down all the way there. It'll be opened up, have fabric and pockets and a pin, a little needle book and a spot for pins, and this will be the bottom. Or this could be the top. And this could be the bottom. Actually, that might be prettier. Who knows? I'd forgotten that that's one thing you have to consider when you're making huswifs, where everything goes. Now, needlebook, unless this became... I'm not quite sure. That's why we're having fun. All right, I loved that, but the basket is upside down. Okay, let's just have a play again and see if we can get another, harvest another flower from this piece that somehow could unite. Might just go all around to start with. I'd love to tear that, so there. Stains all over this, so if you're... We talk about that a lot, don't we? I'm not going to say it again. I just love that I'm being able to share this embroidery with you, and that it's getting, it will go into hands that will love it. A new life. Okay, this is the other little red one. I mean, how fun to design the cover of a book before you've even thought about what's going to go inside it. All right, let's put them side by side. I must remember huswif. I think that is the top of the huswif. Yeah. All right, so like that on the back, it'll have beautiful similar. I'll keep some of these obviously for the inside. So what could we, or should I feature? Yeah. Because this is more a book. Let's put, oh, it's so pretty. Let's start with this as the base. And of course, as I always say, it won't stay like this. It'll be embroidered and things go over the start of it. But that's more a match, isn't it? And so then if we've got some of these, is that the same piece? Oh, yeah. So this is, I hope you're being inspired. The simplest things can become effective. And I'm not saying it's done yet, but this is me having a play. And I don't want to go too far ahead without pinning everything down. Oh yeah, over here, what have I got? I've got another piece, so that can go on the inside. And what I've learned from Rachel is she suggests that we work on the, you know, this cover, if you like, is the outside, and I'll use Cantha and other embroideries, and then I'll work on the pocket piece separately and put it inside and go from there. Let's have a look at what other thing. I've got my nest here. I've got some beautiful flowers. Let's just harvest as we chat. Wondering how the weather is for you. It's getting decidedly warmer here. So I've done it again, which is going to, I'll have to I'll have to mark these some way so I remember. I'm going to have 3 folds, 1, 2, 3. You have to just work your proportions. Something like that. Some beautiful flower. And let's see if that same piece. I'm wondering, do you make things in pairs or multiple at the one time? I know with my journal, my field notes journal series, I'm making 1, 2, 3, 4. I started to make 5 journals, and then I found that I had enough for 6, so I thought I may as well make 6. And I just better warn you, my husband is away for work for a little while, and that means I have even more time to be doing some stitching, and I feel bad because he's working very hard, but I will be in my nest for a lot of time, and who knows what's going to come out. There we go. Now with this one, I've left, not quite. I was thinking about intertwining the vines, not the vines, but you know, florals there. And let's just take another piece. So sorry everyone, not a lot of stitching this afternoon, but hopefully you've got some ideas, and I will be certainly sharing the progress of this one, these 2 bits and pieces, with joy. Okay, how's that for a start? So we're working on a huswif and a matching needlebook. By next time I'll have the light working, and I'll review this, and hopefully it's a better outcome than my previous little setup, or maybe you'll notice no different. So for now, just want to say thank you so much for joining me. I value every single one of you, and every view is special because I still can't believe that I'm on this journey with you. So thank you for being my friends and for your support. And until next time, this is Katie in the Nest saying bye.